Since 2015, I have been creating a self-portrait every year. And they have all been in digital apart from last year, which was watercolour. But this year we are doing gouache. Hi, I am Amanda. Welcome to the channel. I hope that you are all doing well. I decided that I was going to do this in acrylic first. And if you want to see a little bit of a speed paint of me doing this in acrylic and talking about why I think I failed, then I do have a video about that. But in this video I decided to start over again and do it in gouache because I've been using gouache for portraits recently and I find it really fun, especially when you put down blocks of colour like I'm doing on this forehead right here and you smooth it out after the fact. So you can re-wet gouache and you can smooth it out so that it blends nicely in together, and I had so much fun doing this. In this video I am using Arteza's gouache. I am not sponsored or affiliated with them in any way, but I bought the pack for an early Christmas present to myself on a Black Friday sale, and I love the colours I used in this, especially for the skin tones. I used very pale pastel-y colours for my skin tones, along with a sienna brown and a couple of like taupe colours, but the pale yellow and the blush pink and the white, and then what other colour did I use? I think I used a little bit, teeny bit of scarlet red, and then the sienna, burnt sienna for the shadows. And I think that the skin in this portrait came out very good. I enjoyed doing that, and it was fun just to lay down blocks of colour and then just blend them together. In this video for a while, in fact right up until the end, I think that I look like one of those puppets, you know that puppet, what's it called, from Goosebumps, the living dummy or whatever the name of that puppet is. I think I look like that because of the lines that I drew and I couldn't quite blend them out, but it's fine, it'll do. In terms of improvement for this portrait, I don't think that I improved that much between 2019 and 2020. Okay, I did a little bit. I think there's more depth in this painting than there was in the last one, and I still have the same problem with this one as I did in the last one, which was hair. I'm really good at hair digitally. I hold my hands up and I admit that I am awesome at hair digitally. It's so easy to do hair digitally, but when I come and try and do it with traditional media, coloured pencils is easy as well, but paint, no, I don't know how to do it. I keep thinking to myself, think of hair as blocks, chunks of hair, and then add in little strands as you go. Use a smaller brush with the lighter colours, bigger brush with the darker colours, and gradually go to a smaller brush and just add in detail. But I end up just doing chunks and then don't know what to do from there. I think the issue with this painting in terms of the hair was that I used all the wrong colours. I started with burnt sienna. No, I started with a really dark blue colour, and y'all know if you mix a blue with yellow it makes green, and that's what was happening in this. So I was trying to change the colours halfway through and gouache reactivates and it was just a mess, and I think I should have went in with a dark brown colour first and then went to sort of sienna colour and then built up to the lighter gingery colour that I was going for, because it just wasn't working and I gave up. And yeah, but we're not even on the hair yet and we're talking about the hair. For the neck that we're on right now, I was having trouble with that as well, honestly. I think that I went too dark too quick and then I tried to rectify it and it just made it look really patchy and weird. But I love the versatility of this medium. I like to use it opaquely. I don't really like to use it thinly because I don't know, I just don't think there's any point in putting thin layers on when you're gonna cover it up with thicker layers anyway. But as you can see, I went super dark here and it just looked weird. I think it would have been alright in contrast if I had the hair in already, but because I didn't and it was just a light skin on my face, it was quite difficult to do. And also, another difficulty that I had was with my eyes. My eyes are very skinny and small and long, as in width-wise, they're long and they're not wide at all, so it was really hard to get the detail in there without making it look like a mess. And I have very quirky parts to my eye, like on the left side of this drawing video, you can see I've got a sort of downward line on my eye. I think it's a crow's foot, as people call it. I'm not even 30 yet and I'm getting crow's feet. But yeah, I've got one of those on that side, and then on the other side I've got sort of an indentation in my skin next to my eye, and it makes it really hard. Also, especially if I have like makeup on and the makeup smudges a little bit, it kind of goes into the crease and makes the eye look a little bit weird, but whatever, it's fine. I wasn't really going for realism in this piece, but I wasn't going for cartoony either. I think I was going somewhere in the middle, like semi-realistic. And also, I'm really sorry about the colouring in this part. It was really hard to film this because the lighting was madness. I should have shut the blinds because the sun was going in and out, especially at the end of the video. You'll see the sun was just having a whale of a time while I was trying to paint this, and the lighting just wasn't great for both cameras at some points. So I tried to show you the best parts of each camera angle throughout the whole thing when the lighting was changing, but I'll tell you, it was a mission and a half to edit this video, but I'm happy that I got it done, and I'm happy that I'm doing this because, yeah, my annual portrait. I think that I don't know, I prefer to do portraits digitally because they're easier. Like if you make a mistake with the anatomy or the features or the hair, you can just easily rectify it, whereas with traditional, especially if you're using a medium that reactivates like watercolour or gouache, especially gouache, because I think watercolour does stain a little bit, whereas gouache doesn't, it comes up, but it's really hard to go over the layers and try and fix them. So yeah, I think that going forward I might do most of my portraits digitally, although I was doing a portrait of myself digitally when I was thinking about doing this annual portrait in December, but it was quite hard. I wasn't liking it. I always make myself too fat in digital, like I never put enough contrast. So something to work on is contrast and hair, traditionally at least for hair, because honestly, I mean, I put down the blocks of colour and then I blended it together and I liked the way that it looked, but the more I added to it, the more it just became horrible. And also, where my scalp or forehead meets my hair, there's little like flicky baby hairs attached to my head, and they show quite a lot because of the way that I wear my hair. So I was trying to get across that and it just wasn't working. So my hairline got smaller and smaller and smaller. My forehead got smaller and smaller and smaller because I kept on doing that. And I was really happy with it at this point that you can see right now. But I later went in and touched the face again. I shouldn't have. I mean, the chin and the mouth area is a little bit weird looking, but the rest of the face, I was really happy with it. I was happy with my little pudgy cheek on the left side, and I was happy with my smooth cheek on the other side because that's what it looks like in the photo. You can see the photo there. It was just really hard to get the detail of the eyes because my eyes are so tiny, but I think I'm going to go in and smudge all of the hair together. Oh, no, I'm putting in a different colour. I'm putting in a dark reddy brown, because before, underneath those layers, I had a blue brown, a really dark blue brown, and it just wasn't working. So that's that. Also chose to do my hair curled, which is also harder to do, but I had fun with it. I was really, really enjoying myself. With the acrylic one, I wasn't having fun. I was just getting annoyed, especially with the dryness of the paint. I bought a fluid retarder a couple of weeks ago, and this was my first time trying it, and honestly it didn't do anything to the paint. I don't know if I wasn't adding enough. I added quite a lot, but it just wasn't working the way that I wanted it to, and I think it's just because I'm so set in my ways working with watercolour and working with gouache that I just don't know how to do acrylic portraits. But I find doing landscapes with acrylic really fun. I think it's really funny how I don't like doing landscapes with any other medium, but I like doing them with acrylic, and I don't like doing portraits with any other medium apart from coloured pencil and digital. I really like coloured pencil, but it just takes too long, so I never do it. But that's how I started. No, I started with digital, and then I went to coloured pencil, and then I went to watercolour and back to digital, and then I started playing with acrylic and gouache and all of that stuff. But yeah, here's me trying to fix the hairline. Honestly, why do I have to have a weird hairline? And it's really dark in there and it just doesn't look right. I think I didn't have a thin enough brush though. I used 3 brushes throughout this unicorn brush that you can see, the one that I'm holding now, which is a small Arteza brush, and I don't know what the other one is. I think it's my favourite brush. I've had it for years and years and years. It's a Dale Rooney one, I think. I'm not sure, but it's an actual acrylic brush, so it's meant for acrylics. And yeah, it's really good. And here I am doing my glasses, which was really hard as well. They are, if you look at them in real life, I'm taking them off so I can see them. They are kind of like a really dark grey with a really thin frame, and then the glass kind of pokes out them, so they look like a highlight, but it's not, it's actually glass. So when you have them on your face, you can see a sort of magnified skin area, and they're just really hard to do, and I've got makeup all over them. But they are hard to paint, so I was trying my hardest. It's funny because the face looks a little bit more realistic at the top, and then the hair and the glasses and the eyes look really cartoony, and I don't know. This shot is also out of focus, but never mind. It was really hard for me to get it in focus right. In fact, I think after this clip, I changed it to Pro, and that helped a little bit. On my phone, there's an option for Pro, and then you can set the settings yourself. It's not automatic. And that worked because it didn't try to focus on different areas that I didn't want it to. It just stayed focused on the painting and nothing else. But yeah, it was good. Yeah. Also, I have so much hair that I always take selfies from really far away so that I can get all my hair in it. But so that, I don't know, I see a lot of people with very close-ups, but with the way that my hair is, it just doesn't make sense. So I always take a zoomed out photo of my face when I'm taking a selfie, and that is a little bit different than what usually happens with that. But yes, also at the end of this video, here I am trying to fix the colouring of the skin because of my forehead troubles. I went over it with a different colour and it just wasn't working, so I had to go back over it with pale yellow mixed with white again so that I could add in the highlights back in there. And then I'm back to the blending out of the shirt again. At the very end of this video, there is weird lighting happening, so I end up cutting it really short, but in the background I just did my branding colours. I don't know why I did that. In fact, when I was planning out the last the acrylic painting, this is a different photo. I took a new photo. I was planning on putting gold bars around and like a black background, but I decided against that with this and went for blue bars with a pink background, and I ran out of paint while I was doing it and it was just a disaster, so I had to create new paint, and we all know with gouache it's hard to recreate the same colour, so I made it a little bit too taupey. But here's the lighting happening. The sun's like, hello, can you come out to play? And it's all glowy and nice looking, but for a video like this, it's not very good. So yeah, and it cuts off very soon, but please stay until the end because I have some playlists for you to check out, as well as my link to my shop if you want to go and check that out as well. And I also show you the end product that I have. All in all, I don't think I'm very proud of that. Well, I'm proud of it, but also I don't think that it's an improvement, and it makes me sad. But the reason it's not an improvement is because it's a completely different medium than I'm used to. If I did this in digital and actually did digital paintings throughout the year, I think I would have improved a lot. And that's one thing that annoys me about me liking so many different mediums, is that I never improve solidly in one. I'm always at the beginning stages, or just like intermediate stages of every different medium that I use. So this year I really want to hone down and see what medium I like and do it, but I will always miss traditional if I stop doing that. So anyway, yes, this is fun content since I decided to switch my hand so you can't see what's going on, and then the sun comes out and it's just a disaster. But I thought I would leave it in just to show you the struggles of a YouTuber with the natural sunlight. Everybody is a vampire for this reason. And there we go. There's the finished product. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Tell me if you do a self-portrait every year, and if you don't, then you should do one. And check out these playlists, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.